Howdy, y'all. This is Michael with Mikey Does Outdoors again, coming to you with my next video. This one is about the Big Bend in the Colorado River State Park in Nevada. It is a neat place, um, place to get a camp spot in. Although you probably need to, well, you can't reserve it. It's first come, first serve, but it's liable to stay full. I had to sit and wait for a little bit for one to come open when I got here, but it's a good place to be, and lots of fun stuff to do. I'm sure in the summertime it is packed with people because trying to escape the heat. Because they have lots of good space over on this side of the river for you to get to and have a picnic and to get in the water if you want to. Places to launch your boats, your jet skis and stuff, and have lots of fun. Hope you enjoy the video. Thanks. This is such a popular place that I actually had to wait for a little while to get a campsite. Thankfully, the little gal at the front desk took my phone number and called me when she knew one was available. That was where I was parked right here, close to the boat ramp. Got to see the Deus area while I was waiting. Had lunch, stuff like that. This is the river. This is a neat thing. They have several places like this right here that have beach and stuff. So in the summertime when it's hot and people come wanting to swim and stuff, and there's a boat ramp right down there, so they launch boats and jet skis and stuff down there. They have ducks. The ducks kind of fascinate me some because they sit out there and I think it's funny they do put their head down in their rear end up in the air and go for whatever it is they're after, I guess. And wherever I go, I see seagulls, and there's a bunch of them over there. And look down one way on the river. Those ducks are out there just swimming against the flow. And here I thought I'd give you some good video shots of the river flowing and the scenery. I'm on the Nevada side, and across over there is Arizona. And so this side is State Park in Nevada, and pretty much unimproved except for some park stuff. The other side is Arizona, and they have houses and stuff around the river. So if you go a little upriver or downriver, you'll find, well, on the Nevada side, find casinos over in Laughlin, and then down, I'm not sure what the town is, there's a little Avi casino and hotel and stuff down south and downriver a ways. Beautiful scenery. I mean, and here's another section of beachy stuff, and they have little steps down to it. I saw this slidey looking thing, tracks coming up, and I decided later that it had to be otters doing that because I found tracks for otters. I never could see the otters, but I saw the tracks. But I would have loved to have seen them. I've never seen otters in the wild. It'd be fun to see them. River's just, parts of it seem like it's just a lazy river, but it's constantly flowing. Watching some of those ducks out there, I could understand. But if they quit swimming, they'd be downriver pretty quick. Takes them a lot of energy to get started off of that thing too. Look, just interesting. And there was big piles of ducks right out in the middle of it. I thought they might have some, like a sandbar or something, but you can see they're swimming. And they're swimming hard. If one of them stops, he goes down the river pretty quick. The whole area over there has this nice little walkway, and there's a beach leading down to the water. I saw these little birds. Somebody had put bird food out, and these guys were having a good time over there. And that bird food until people came around with dogs and stuff, and they gone. So another rabbit. This one's a cottontail. The one from the other place was a jackrabbit. Here's a picture of the boat ramp. And they have these benches at these places, neat scenic places to sit and just sit and relax if you want to. And I saw some different kinds of ducks, so I thought I'd grab a couple photos of them. it's fun to see the different kinds of landscapes and wildlife and all kinds of stuff. And here's some more beach area that you can, you know, with picnic tables with shade and stuff. And now I want to show you a little video. I did try some fishing. I put my line in the water, and you can't see it in the video. I was hoping some of it would come through, but I had to first start off with some little bitty jigs. I thought maybe I'd catch some little fish of some sort, and I had a bass. I think it looked a lot like a smallmouth. I've never caught a smallmouth bass, but swim by and follow one of my jigs. This one, most of the next one I was all the way up, and I could see him just swimming by, probably laughing at me, saying, "Yeah, you just think you can catch me." And then I tried some trout lures, and I had a rainbow trout. Try follow them up 2 or 3 times, but I couldn't. A lot of times when I've been places and I see that, I'll stop and they'll jump on it. But he probably is telling his boys, "Yeah." All his friends, he said, "Yep, I told you it was fake. Look at it." This guy thinks he can catch fish. He can't do it. I will. I'm gonna find myself a place to park for a few days, for too long, and just sit and concentrate on some fishing, because I do like to fish. I just haven't done it as much. It's been cold where I've been, but that doesn't mean you can't catch fish. It just means that I don't want to go trying it when it's so cold, you know. But it is fun, even just sitting there fishing and not catching anything is relaxing. I mean, it's just because it's just me there. I mean, and I just move along a little bit, and I'm not very good at river fishing, and so there was this little cove, and I kind of figured, I know in rivers, if you behind the rocks and various things like that, the fish will get there because they can stop and they can rest a little. And I thought, well, they might come in this cove where they can rest a little bit as well, but I don't know, maybe the stuff they eat doesn't come in as easily or something. Like I said, I did see some follow it. I didn't catch a fish, one, but I had fun trying, and I'll get some more videos of me doing some fishing here before too long, because hopefully some catching. That's what one place I was at, these ladies went by and said something about me fishing. I said, "Yeah, I'm doing lots of fishing. I hadn't done any catching yet," and that's what I hadn't done much catching. I hadn't tried fishing though in a while, so but I'm usually I've used to be pretty decent fishing, but I haven't done it as much in the last few years, and so I need to get back in the swing of things and get some serious fishing done. There's one thing about the water on this river, and the water up at Lake Mead is just as clear as it could be. It was nice, and of course I had my polarized sunshades on, which helps you see even into it even better. And that's probably, if I had a polarized filter on that camera, you could probably see into that water a little better. I may have to try to get one. I have a way of putting a filter on it, but I haven't tried that. I may have to give it a little trial one day if I have to get a filter though. But the polarizing helps cut the glare and helps you look down in there a little better, and that's might be why I could see the fish, but I don't think I ever saw them on the video. And so, and that bass came right up close. I mean, real close. He's probably laughing at me. Oh, and I changed lures 2 or 3 times, and I've never been the biggest bass fisherman either. I've been a catfish fisherman, and I've done lots of crappie and trout, and a whole lot of bluegill. Because if you find bluegill, you don't have to have a whole lot of bait to catch a bluegill. If you find them. And matter of fact, the very first thing that I threw out there when I first got there was a yellow curl-tail jig, that you just swim jig. I just swim it, and I've caught crappie like you wouldn't believe on the whole thing. The one that the bass followed in was a little bitty jig head, probably 1/32 ounce, and with a goat minnow, a 1-inch goat minnow. And he's big enough, he might have wanted a bigger minnow, I don't know. And I had a 1.5 or 2-inch one, but I didn't do that. And I had my 2 favorite fishing poles right now. I found these Pflueger spinning rods and real combo at Cabela's, and I like those things. They were. I've never been one. I've always used the closed, the spin caster or closed faced because it wouldn't mess up. Easy to cast and but you can cast further with these little things if you know what you're doing. I have I've got a medium light and a medium and two I guess two medium lights, and I have a lightweight. And that lightweight, I don't have it loaded with a 4-pound line, and boy, you need a little light lure on there. You can cast that thing halfway out there. I mean, it's kind of nice to be able to do that, because sometimes it's about covering ground, And I've got to get some better bait casters. I've got a big one that I can use that I took to the coast. If you watched my video from the coast, I don't know if I showed it much or not, but I had a big catfish rod is what I call it, and that's what it's made for. But I haven't done any catfish fishing with it yet. I will. I need to go get my little boat, the Texas Minnow, out and put it in the water. I kind of waited for springtime, and go back home, go back around Texas for a few weeks, and I might get a tent and go when it's warmer and go not blistering hot and go camp out in a tent, and so you can see I can do that, and then I'll put the little boat in the water and do some fishing. That would be fun. I love to fish, and I'm not gonna lie to you. My favorite kind of fishing is catfishing, because you just throw the bait out there and sit there and relax until you get a bite. And then you get a bite, and the excitement is on, and it's fun. I love the way that feels when you get a fish on, and it's fun. I like trout fishing, because I'm not sitting there like that. I'm sitting there with a bubble and a fly on it, and I'll sit out there, and it's fun to be reeling on it when the fish gets it. That's fun too. And same thing with the little jigs I like, because you'll be reeling along, all of a sudden you get a fish. And I've done a Carolina rig once. The first cast I threw it, I caught a fish. I thought I was hung on something, and it was a bass. But I'm gonna have to learn how to do that and drop shots and stuff, because I think if I could have done some drop shot with a worm out there, I might could have caught some of those. Smallmouth, that's what I was looking at. I'll have to learn how to do that stuff better, because it's fun. It is fun. But I spent most all morning out there trying to catch them, And I'll be back. Not in this place probably, but somewhere. See if I can catch a few fish. But it's a good place to come. In the summertime, it is probably packed with people in here, and I don't blame them, because it gets so hot. Got to find a place to get out of the hot heat. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It is fun being here. I've had a good stay here. This is a good place. Quieting back down. I was in Vegas before now, and it was a lot quieter, and I enjoy the quiet. I know some people love the hustle and bustle, but that's not my kind of thing. And so the peace and quiet is good here. In the summertime, it might not be as good, because it's got good places for people, and it's a good place for folks to come and get away from the heat. And I don't blame them one bit. Going down there and have a picnic and get in the water, put the jet skis in, whatever you want to do, have a good time. And but if you enjoyed it, please, I ask you to consider going to my YouTube channel and subscribing to that. I really, really could use some help there. If you would, please consider that and hitting the like button. I would really appreciate it. Thank you.